liquid line is frozen. We got a heat pump here. Timer flash 7 times. BTU system. You ain't testing, you're guessing.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Expecting me, yes?
Pipe doctor, yep.
Yes.
Hi.
If your air conditioning not working?
Yeah.
Okay. What's not working right?
So I turned it on for the first time yesterday. It was working fine initially, and then slowly as it starts to get near the given temperature, the air started becoming warmer and slower, and the fan started slowing down. So I think then this morning I restarted the whole thing.
Okay.
Again, it was working fine initially, and then the same thing happened.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ordinary. Let's see what we have here. All right, furnace. All right, that's on. Okay. System appears to be frozen. Wow. Even my liquid line is frozen. We got a heat pump here. Wow. So, wow.
Yeah, they break in the winter it freezes the pipe, so it wouldn't go out. So.
You have a heat pump?
Yeah, they put a pump in. But it's been working fine.
All right, let's go see outside. All right.
The compressor is 2 years old. The unit's been giving us problems.
I'm frozen here.
So the compressor's a couple years old?
Yeah, 2 years ago we have to replace the old one was built on. That was only 4 or 5 years old.
All right, so it's not a heat pump. That doesn't explain the 3/8 being frozen. So you had the system replaced, so the compressor replaced 2 years ago, you said?
Yeah.
Which is the piece in the middle, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
the big piece there.
Why was it replaced?
This thing is frozen.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. Why was it replaced?
The old one broke down. It was defective.
How old was the old one?
It was like 4 years old. There was a warranty on it, so we got it with the warranty.
Okay. So the compressor just died? What was the compressor doing?
It was like making noises, and
Okay.
then sometimes it would work, and then
Sometimes it wouldn't?
Eventually, it just stopped working. It wasn't.
Okay. Well, right now the system is frozen.
Okay.
And systems are typically frozen when you have a couple things, one of or many things wrong. The primary reason is lack of airflow.
Okay.
So let's say the blower isn't blowing the way it should, or it's a big B, or the filters are dirty. That's going to interfere with airflow.
Okay.
That's why I asked, how dirty were the filters? You said one was clean, one was dirty, but that may or may not be an issue. You could have, restricting the refrigerant. You could also have low charge.
Okay.
Your outdoor unit, the coil here is what we call a micro channel coil, and those, it's just inevitable that they do leak.
Okay.
So hopefully that's not the case, but right now the system is frozen, and we have to let it thaw out before we proceed with troubleshooting.
Okay.
So we have to wait a little bit.
Okay.
It's frozen. All right, return one. All right. High and low service ports connected. Low refrigerant. All right, zeroed out the scale. Let's purge air out of our hoses. Did I not open that? I guess not. All right. So now the valve on my tank is open. -0.2. Our pressures are increasing. We're going to wait a few more minutes. All right, so with the system off, my high and low service valves are open on the refrigerant manifold, and so is my charging port. So we're going to add 2 pounds with it off. We're going to let that sit for a minute and see how the pressures are before we kick this thing on. So there's 2 pounds right there. I close that. We're going to close and close. And I would like to see those temperatures higher, which would correspond to a higher pressure. But it's slowly going up, so we'll see. Our outdoor temperature is 77 degrees. All right, let's see if we can duplicate what happened again. Let's see. We don't even have a low or high pressure condition. Here it comes. So you heard it turning on and off. That was the switches inside the system, or the pressure switches. It could be a high or low. You do have a high pressure switch. I don't see a low pressure switch. Do you? Nah, I don't see one. But right now the system is cooling. The noise the compressor was making before is not normal, which that was the same noise it made for you last year. But you're living on borrowed time. All right, 66.5 degrees out of this register. Let's check ambient temperature. $79. All right, I just bypassed our high pressure switch, which is right there. Come on, right there. Okay, our contact was opening and closing. Disregard the wire nuts that this guy did when he replaced this compressor. That's a major safety hazard. That gets wet, grounds out, you could get zapped. So I cut the 2 yellow wires going to my high pressure switch, and I got my clamp on multimeter set to continuity. Give that a second. Okay. Because what was happening was it was turning on and off rapidly, and maybe that's the cause of our dead compressor and this one dying as well. Let's turn the power back on to the disconnect and see what happens. All right, we have 174 and 230. We have an open line on that high pressure switch, but we don't have high pressure. We do not have high pressure. And we can hear the compressor in the background. She's running. We have minimal subcooling. Wow, subcooling is jumping up and down. We probably have a Hunting TXV. 3.9. Now dropping to 3.6, 3.3. Sounds like we have bypass valves inside the compressor opening. Now we have no subcooling. So we do have a failing compressor. And that's all back to our high pressure switch, which causing capacitor to rapidly turn on and off like it's short cycling without a time delay. And that is, in my professional opinion, is the cause of the compressor failing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, added 3.5 pounds of refrigerant to this system. One of the things I like to do, or company policy, should I say, especially when we have, well, not especially, but company policy, Company policy is that when we have a system, an air conditioning system that's low in refrigerant, we explain 5 things. And I'm going to show you a quick little PDF that I have. There it is. There's that PDF. 5 options. Hopefully you can see that. Email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com. I'll email you this PDF because they'll sign it. Okay, there's a little thing right there on the bottom. They'll sign this PDF. And that way we have all our I's dotted, our T's crossed. But in summary, let me tell you
what you need to do and what you need to explain to your customer, your end user, your homeowner, when you have a system that's low in refrigerant, right? They have 5 options. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 5 options. Option number 1, you can do nothing, right? You can do nothing. System will perform just like it's performed the way before we got there. Number 2, we can add refrigerant. Adding refrigerant has its pros and its cons. But essentially, I like to explain that if I add refrigerant to your system, you're basically getting a blood transfusion without having surgery or stitches or being sutured up, right? Option number 3, we add the refrigerant as needed. We can add a sealant. There's no guarantee on that, just like option number 2, there's no guarantee. Number 4, we can do a comprehensive leak search. These things are time involved. They're not easy to do. Right? They're not. We have labor-intensive procedure in looking for a leak. You could be a super tech, bro, and tell me, oh, I can find a leak in an hour. God bless you, bro. If you can find a leak in under an hour, God bless you. You're a superstar, and I hope you're working for yourself and not working for somebody else. Okay? Just saying. We look for the leak, and then once we find the leak, we can discuss options on how to fix it. Or the 5th option is replace the system. Gentlemen elected to add the sealants, add the 3.5 pounds of refrigerant. I don't know what amount is needed until we add. Now, Mikey Pipes, yes, you can tell them how much you need. Yes, if I recover what's in the system, which could take upwards of an hour, right? So it's an hour's worth of labor, which you can buy almost 2 pounds of refrigerant for that hour's worth of labor. Okay? So I can recover, then I can tell them, I can take a measure the line set and use a math calculation to figure out how much refrigerant it needs. There it is. Okay, I'm done talking. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe! Subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow, I'm making a special trip somewhere. You guys will see probably before or after this video is dropped. It'll probably be afterwards because I'm probably going to drop this, not the day it's made, but maybe later on the week or the weekend. But good things are occurring at Pipe Doctor Home Services of the Americas. Couldn't have done without all of you. Thank you so much, guys. Be well. God bless. Stay safe.